Very challenging week, to say the least, for the Wisconsin Badgers, both logistically and otherwise. Losses on the road Monday and Wednesday to Northwestern and Maryland. And before a sellout crowd at the Kohl Center on Saturday, the Badgers fall to Illinois 61-51. We'll talk about the week that was with Badgers head coach Gard. We'll also check in with one of the newer additions to the team, Kamari McGee, young man out of Racine, Wisconsin, the transfer out of Green Bay. All of that coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Jake Knapp's getting his second straight start, third of the season, 2-0 Illinois. Klesmit snaps off a three, right wing. Welcome back, Max Klesmit. Sticks a triple, and the Badgers with a 3-2 lead in the early going. 10:20 left in the first half, 7-5 Illinois. Crowd trying to help the home team right now. Crowd feeds Gilmore, top of the circle. He'll take the three, straight on. Got it, going glass. Oh, so pretty. Carter Gilmore with the triple. Klesmit rather, goes out the wall. Left side three is good for Tyler Wall. Big triple there for Wisconsin. Let's see if that gets him going. Gilmore out to Max, fakes the three, drives the lane, runs it out to Davis. Extra pass Hepburn, throwing to Gilmore left side. Now to Chucky, contests the three, left side good. Passed up the clear look, took a tough one and drilled it. 32-26 Illinois with 14.5 minutes remaining. Chucky getting a high off a screen for Gilmore that Harris just worked over. Now Chucky's still with it, snaps off a three, left of the circle, book it. Another three for Hepburn, 34-30 Illinois, 12:42 remaining. Hepburn left side, circles top of the key, feeds Crowd, back to Hepburn. Hepburn wheels around the Crowd screen, turning it down, goes to the goal, layup good! Chucky Hepburn has come to it here in the second half for the home team. 35-34 Wisconsin, timeout. Illinois as Hepburn shoots the Badgers into the lead.
Well, it's just the Big Ten. You're going to go through some spurts where things aren't going your way, but it's how you respond. I know this team is pretty good. We all rely on each other, and that's what we got to do right now. We got to pick each other up and show up at practice and work hard.
Just being more together, work on being more together in those times. Like you said, kind of get a lead there in the second half, and our defense kind of dwindles a little bit, goes down the drain. So, playing that for a full 40 minutes and everybody being locked in from the time they get on the floor. So
you got to get back to being who you are, and that was a conversation we've had with these guys and talked about where have we strayed from who we are. You can't fix everything, but the number one thing by and large was what we were not doing defensively, and that's been the emphasis. Getting Max back helps that. It doesn't fix everything, but for the most part, seeing that intensity and toughness and grit, as I mentioned at the outset, return is good, because we can't stray. That has to be a part of who we are with this team.
I think these off days will be nice. Kind of get a little mental break, not using that as an excuse, but we just got to show up for practice, know what we got to work on, and do it. We got to translate that to the game.
This is Wisconsin basketball, and Wall with a steal. Tyler with the pulpit, down the lane, slam dunk. Now it's Jordan Davis for three on the right side, and he sticks it with two. Hepburn, gold off the glass. Chucky right of the paint, behind the back pass, Crowd for three, straight on, straight in. Let's have a party, Badger Nation. You have yourselves a Big Ten champion.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're going to need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials
and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Kids eat free at all Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee locations. Get a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult entree. Kids 12 and under choose from favorites like a burger and fries, grilled cheese, and chicken fingers, while adults can enjoy burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Dine in at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee stores and get a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult entree every day. Only at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one during training. No school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Wall on the dribble, splits two defenders. A low pass went off the shins of Davis, but he recovers, feeds Connor Essegian. Open three, left side, he nailed it. Essegian left alone on the left wing, 9-6 Wisconsin. And lobs it out to Crowell, gets it back to Chucky. He'll take the three right side, there you go. Just what you ordered, Mike. A triple for Chucky Hepburn. High on the right. Hepburn against Jameer Young. Chucky. Right foul line extended, throwback pass to Crowell, left open, takes a three, straight on, straight in. Stephen Crowell for three. The Badgers are within four, 32-28. Here's Wall, left lane line, feeds a season shot fake, steps up, left side three, good on the wing. Third three for Connor Essegian, 43-36 Maryland, 16:15 remaining. 11:08 to play, 56-44 Maryland. Wall throwing to Hodges in the right corner. Finds Hepburn, now Essegian off the screen, open three, drilled it from the right wing. Another three for Connor Essegian, 56-47 Maryland with 10:52 remaining. Turns baseline, Crowell in some trouble, trying to get it out of there, it's deflected, got to McGee, pass fake, now Kamari shoots a three and nails it. A pass fake to Essegian, that created space for McGee, who drills his second triple of the season. Davis sideline right, inbounds to Hepburn. Chucky between the circles with 5 seconds. Hepburn left of the lane, runs it out to Wall, tries a three, left corner, off the rim, no good. Tipped up, Gilmore got it at the buzzer. Carter Gilmore with the tip-in. Chucky Hepburn, baseline left will inbound for Wisconsin. Into Connor, flips a three, left corner, good. Another three-point hit for Connor Essegian, and the Badgers lead 37-35 with 16:05 remaining. But the ball is Verhoeven, right of the circle, and his handoff intended for Boo Boo. He picked off by Chucky down the lane to the rim, slam dunk, Chucky Hepburn. Jordan Davis at the top. He's a cutting Essegian. Connor, right lane line, darts at the Wall, left corner three in the air, good. Tyler Wall with a triple. We're tied at 48. Throw to Essegian high on the left. Connor drifting up top, gives off to Davis, deep three, right side, nothing but net. Cold-blooded Jordan Davis. 6:17 remaining, 57-54 Wisconsin.
It is tough. Like, you don't really know when you're going to play, what time, what day. But when the ball gets tipped up, we got to be ready to go. And tonight we started off a little slow, ended a little slow, and that was the game.
That's just the game. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs in the game, but you got to just keep your head on straight and just keep working hard and stay disciplined. And I think for the most part we did that, but there were some mental mistakes that we made at the end that we just wish we had back, but we just got to work on that. You just got to keep a short-term memory, whether win or loss. You know, you can't hang your head high or too low on the wins or losses, but you just got to come back ready, stronger and mentally.
It's been good. His confidence is up. He's taking the right shots. He's playing hard defense. And he's making winning plays for us that give us a chance to win.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Kids eat free at all Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee locations. Get a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult entree. Kids 12 and under choose from favorites like a burger and fries, grilled cheese, and chicken fingers, while adults can enjoy burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Dine in at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee stores and get a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult entree every day. Only at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee.
Well, to say the least, a challenging week for the Wisconsin Badgers. Oh, by the way, 3 really good opponents, and opponents playing good basketball right now with Northwestern, Maryland, and obviously Illinois. And then you add the logistics to it with the postponed game. It was originally going to be Wisconsin at Northwestern last Saturday, an 11 a.m. scheduled tip, but the COVID pause pushed it to Monday, late afternoon, 5:30 tip, and that actually didn't become official, or at least publicly known, until Sunday. So as we visit now with head coach Greg Gard, it's unusual. In the NBA, they'll have these kind of trips. It's the NBA. That's their job. They make millions. You just started the semester on Tuesday. Just give us an idea, because as fans, we watch the game. We don't know 99% of what goes on, but just the logistics of it, being able to get these guys as ready as possible to play in those circumstances.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal, and hindsight's always 20/20. If I had any other option, I wouldn't have done this. But I thought that, other than not playing the game, this was the only option we had, and really the only option that was accepted by all the other parties involved. So, like I said, not ideal, but I know we'd already lost one non-conference game with Grambling canceling right before the holidays, and our guys want to play. Even though we weren't at full strength, which we knew going in that wasn't going to happen, but we needed to play the game. Felt that was more important than not playing the game and going with a no contest. But yeah, it was not ideal, but a lot of the logistics, they were ever changing. As you mentioned, we didn't really find out until Sunday morning. Still, the time was still in doubt and where it was going to actually be. But I thought we handled the best we could, aside from the result of both those games. But you got to move on quickly, because this league, there's no rest for the weary.
In talking with you and your director of basketball operations, Mark Vanderwettering, you both said, players roll with it. Okay, here it is. It's not perfect, but we'll deal with it. But a shout out to the Dobo, the director of basketball operations.
Yeah, Mark did an awesome job of juggling, canceling flights, rebooking flights, canceling again, shifting hotel stays, and we decided obviously to drive down to Northwestern on Monday, because plan was we could possibly be in 3 hotels in 3 different nights, shifting around places, and I felt that was definitely too much for our guys to have to keep doing that. And as flight times were changing and everything, game time was undecided. So Mark was at the center of all of it and did an awesome job trying to pull us through it.
Yeah, as we mentioned on your radio show earlier in the week, you have to be level as a operations director, because things go wrong a lot and beyond your control. But a great effort by him. Also this week, obviously, Badger fans, you're watching these games. This is the week that the initiative, the Coaches versus Cancer, the longtime initiative in the fight against cancer, raise awareness, raise money. You're seeing Coach Gard and his staff in the suits and the sneakers. I want to bring it closer to home, though. I think it's a good time to bring up what you and Michelle have been doing going back to December of 2016, guarding against cancer. In a relatively short time, to raise $6.5 million, maybe a little bit north of that now. That's some tremendous effort. Great support here in the state.
It has been. It's been awesome, and really with not really we had a vision, but we didn't know where it would go, 7 years ago when we started this. And there's so many great organizations, as you mentioned, Coaches versus Cancer and ACS, but to be able to have an organization with GAC, Guarding Against Cancer, that helps right here in the state of Wisconsin with research, obviously, but also patient care initiatives across the state, and the support that we've gotten everywhere we've gone, from corner to corner of the state, and we bounce it around every year based on our exhibition game with the WIAC. It's been awesome, and I know the state, really, the people in the state really appreciate the support we're able to lend, and it's great just from a standpoint of hearing people's stories. Of everybody goes through battles with cancer, or somebody who has gone through it or is going through it. So just to be able to help the people and places here in the state is really important.
I know the signature event coming up. I know it's January when you're watching this, but it's never too early to put it on your calendar. May 5th, Friday, May 5th at the Kohl Center, the signature event. Now, last year you had the Derby theme going with Charlie Barons, which was really, really entertaining. Going a little supper club style.
Yeah, we're going
style,
Friday night in Wisconsin, supper club style. So I'm sure it'll be little fish fry. Sure, other things that encompass Friday nights in Wisconsin. That it'll be an awesome event.
It was. Going back to last year, some of the it's always interesting when you have the themes and how people dress with the Derby style.
Right.
You were looking pretty snappy, I might add. A friend of ours, your representative Tim Valentine. If you did a contest, I think he's at least in the money there.
Yeah, he's in the top 3. Right. I don't know if it's just speaking of Derby, win, place, or show, but he was definitely in the mix. There was another guy too that was dressed as a jockey. That came from Wausau, but yeah, that was definitely some entertaining costumes that night.
Yeah, you get into the spirit of the event. We mentioned Charlie Barons, a UW graduate, spoke at commencement actually here recently at the end of the fall term. It seemed like a perfect night, Greg, because he was very entertaining, as he always is, but a message in there as well. It kind of hit everybody in the heart.
He had, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, everybody either has or knows someone who has gone through a cancer journey in a battle, and he obviously had shared his own personal story with his grandparents going through it. So it's, like I said, it hits home because, like I said, everybody typically has a story to tell, and fortunately we're making great progress in that world in terms of the research and the cures that are being, and the better treatment that are being developed, but we got a long ways to go yet, and really appreciate all the support we get from around the state.
Yeah, absolutely. It is tremendous support. So shout out to all those who have been helping through the years. Guardingagainstcancer.org, G-A-R-D, get it? Guardingagainstcancer.org. Get all the information, and certainly appreciate anything that you can do to help in this cause. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. We believe in financial security for Wisconsin public school employees and their families. WEA Member Benefits, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
WEA Member Benefits, dedicated to helping Wisconsin public school employees become financially secure with programs designed for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Badgers rolling along in the Big Ten schedule, joined now by one of the newer faces, but we're deep enough into the season. There really are no new faces now. Kamari McGee. By the way, as we do this, you have some guys obviously getting up shots after practice. You just got done doing that. Do you have like a routine? Like, is there X number of shots you need to make, or what is there anything specific that you're just trying to feel great about as you leave the floor every day?
So for me personally, it's always improving my shot. I like to switch it up a little bit. Like today I switched it from what I normally do. But my normal routine is just doing 10 makes at 5 spots, and it's not so much it's about the makes, but more about my technique. Just making sure I'm holding my guy hand up or following through. Just making sure or I'm sticking my land. It's just technique so that when game time comes, I don't go away from him and I'm making my shots.
We've talked before about your willingness, your desire to play on the defensive end. That's been a big part of your basketball, DNA, I guess. But I go back to one of the non-conference games against Lehigh, where they were giving you guys all you wanted, and down 5 in the second half, and then when you stormed back, you outscored them like 40-13, whatever it was, the rest of the way. But Coach Gard specifically mentioned you, and a big part of that turnaround was on the defensive end. It doesn't show in a box score necessarily, but you kind of feel it, don't you? When either you individually, your teammates around you, when you're starting to assert your will on the defensive end of the floor?
You definitely can feel it. Coming into that game specifically, I knew like we were in like a little slump on the defensive end, so I wanted to do whatever in my abilities to to get them off of knock them off of their horse. You know, they was on a high horse, they were scoring at will, so I wanted to do whatever I could to come in and help that, and I was able to do that because I'm always ready on the defensive end. Offensive end, both ends I'm always ready, but I know defense is what wins games, wins championships, so I'm always, like, defense is always the point, because when we're rolling on defense, we can get whatever we want on the offensive end. So we got to make sure that our defense is on point, and that's what I try to do every day.
Coach Gard always says, he preaches since day one when he took over, be ready so you don't have to get ready. And there are games where some guys might play a lot of minutes. There might be some games where it's very few. So it's really, I guess, like for someone in my role, it's really easy to say that, hey, be ready so you don't have to get ready. Take us through that, because obviously your minutes are picking up now. There was a time where everybody's kind of feeling out the role. That's got to be hard, but it's something that you guys seem to be pretty good at doing, staying ready.
Yeah, it definitely was hard, but I've been in this position plenty of times, multiple times. Like freshman year in high school, I didn't play as much as I wanted to. Defense got me on the floor. Green Bay, same thing at the beginning. I didn't play as much as I want, but defense and then my ability to score got me on the floor. So just always being ready, like because you never know when your jersey's gonna get called, so you gotta stay ready. Like, yeah, it can be tough mentally, because you feel like you should be playing more, you're working hard, you feel like you should be in at certain times, but they get paid to coach. We're players, so they do. They know who they want in at what time, so you just got to stay ready at all times. And I feel like as the season is going on, I'm getting much better at that.
I've talked to a lot of your teammates, not just this year, but guys who played here in the past, and you're getting a feel for it now. Road games in the Big Ten on a regular basis and what it means, the environments. Guys here seem to love it. You love the home crowd, and don't get me wrong, but there's just something about going on the road that seems something that's a little extra special that you guys embrace.
It is. Going on the road, I enjoy it a lot, because like last year, it wasn't really many like big crowds. So like going on the road, I love that. Having the fans chirping at you. Like the first one that I really seen was like the Marquette game, and I couldn't do nothing but smile. It was just like, it was almost funny. Like, I love it going against at the away crowds. That's fun. I love it. I'm sure everybody else does too.
And that's where you got your first points, right, as a Badger in that game. You knocked down 3, and just to be able to check that box, we know that you can put points up, and we know you can score, but to be able to do that in a pretty hostile environment, nothing like quiet a crowd, right?
Definitely felt good in there, especially because it was close to home too, so it definitely felt good in Marquette.
Final thought here is just, we talked over the summer, and then obviously before the trip to France. You came here for a reason, and there's the basketball stuff, but it just seems like you're enjoying every minute here, the total experience, student athlete, being with these guys. It's everything you thought it would be, I guess, right?
Oh, definitely everything I thought it would be. Like, I really enjoyed my time here on the court and off the court. Like, I'm always doing something, like whether I'm with the guys, by myself, on the court, whatever it may be. Like, I really enjoy Madison. I enjoy the fans, everybody who supports us, my teammates. I just love it here. The coaches, like the city, everything about Madison I just love. It's hard to beat.
Perfect fit. You hear people talking about that all the time. Kamari McGee, a perfect fit for the Badger basketball program. Stick around. More to come as the Badger Sports Report continues.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Well, one game this coming week for the Wisconsin Badgers, a Thursday night matchup on the road against Ohio State in Columbus, and then a Sunday late afternoon meeting with the Northwestern Wildcats. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.
Kids eat free at all Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee locations. Get a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult entree. Kids 12 and under choose from favorites like a burger and fries, grilled cheese, and chicken fingers, while adults can enjoy burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Dine in at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee stores and get a free kids meal with the purchase of an adult entree every day. Only at Wahlburgers at Hy-Vee.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.